Greetings from Chicago. I am taking the train to San Francisco and I bought a rail pass, so I get to make a bunch of stops. And I don't know which city or state I'm staying in tonight, so follow along for the journey. Before my train left in Chicago, I wandered around and gasped at the architecture, such as the Goth Target. Visiting Chicago is just craning your neck constantly and looking at all the cool buildings. I made my way to Union Station and met up with my friend Noah. We decided to explore with open minds and no plans and just find cool cities as we go. I made a train bingo for myself and asked Noah what he hopes to get out of this trip, and he said, "I want to be bored." Society is so overstimulating that he wants to sit long enough to feel boredom, then he wants to sit in that boredom. That seems so healthy. He told me this as the sun began to set over the West Illinois farmland. I said, well, this sunset looks like a nothing burger, but I'm sure we'll get a good one at some point on this trip. Then, as if in protest, the sky put on a spectacular show. I checked the timestamps on my photos, and it lasted over an hour. We weren't successful at being bored, but the slow traversing through American countryside while talking to and eavesdropping on our fellow travelers made us feel re-enchanted by life all over again, and the interesting characters on the train added to it for sure. One guy recited poetry and sang a lot of songs. Another guy had an entire loud conversation on speakerphone. A girl in her 20s told her friends about a season in her life when she was eating hot dogs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Getting to witness so many moments of humans being humans is why I love the train. The train made its way through the entire state of Iowa. Then at 10:45 p.m., we stepped off in Omaha, Nebraska. We had decided to make this stop as we were boarding the train earlier that day, and we knew almost nothing about it. But the cool thing about having no plans is you also have no expectations. Disappointment isn't a thing. But first impressions of Omaha is that this city is amazing. We split a hotel for $50 each, and the guy at the desk told us that we have to go to the speakeasy next door. So we entered through a cabinet, and it was so cool. Getting a drink that's on fire was on my bucket list, and this was such a welcoming way to start off the trip. We also got to see where the locals hang out, and we heard all about what it's like to live here. Our first day on the train is complete, and I am so excited to show you what we get into next.